All right, a little update on my Dillon powder measure. I was having some trouble with it. The fail-safe bar, I took it out and I put it in my vise again, and I tried to bend it. I clamped it in the vise all the way down to there, and then I had a hammer and a tap, and I was trying to basically bring it back down to flush to 90 degrees, and I got pretty good. It's better than it's ever been. It's pretty much straight up and down this way, straight up and down this way. There's no binding or anything, so I think I've got the bend on that right now. And I want to thank Chico Wise and Uncle Jim for doing some VRs for me. I really appreciate it. I've sent Dillon another email with the videos, and I don't know if I'm sure they're just really busy right now, and maybe they're just they're running low on parts. I know a lot of the stuff on their website says it's back ordered now, which when I ordered it wasn't, but I guess the last maybe month and a half or 2 months they really had a run on some of their reloading equipment, so maybe they didn't have any bars to send me, and maybe that's why they didn't offer to send one. I really don't know, but I've sent them a couple more emails and I haven't heard anything back yet, and I put a call in to their service, and hopefully they'll maybe be able to give me a call back this week. And I thought about just going ahead and ordering another fail-safe kit. It's kind of like an upgrade. You get the fail-safe bar, then you get this. It's for the 550B is what it says, the older press and the older powder measure. And speaking of older powder measures, Uncle Jim had an older one, and the older one didn't have the fail-safe mechanism and the fail-safe bar. It just had a the powder bar, and it had a spring, and he had the spring wrapped around the back of the hopper here, and then there's this little thing on the front of here. It's kind of curious, when I got it, I was kind of like, that's just kind of a weird little deal there, but you probably can't see it, but on the front of the powder bar it's got like this little metal kind of thing that's kind of pokes up there, and I guess originally was made to put this spring around, and I guess when they got rid of the spring they just kept making them that way, I guess. I don't really know, but after playing around with because his with the spring, it catches on the way up and then it catches on the way down just a little, just hits this just enough to shake it a little bit and get the powder out of there, and I think that's the key to consistent charge. It's basically you got rhythm and then you got force, whatever. You just want to keep the force consistent, whatever force you're using, and also rhythm, whether you speed, rhythm, whatever. You just want to try to be as consistent. Any type of powder measure you're using, whether you're just throwing the handle, you want to, whatever you're doing, you want to be consistent with it. Try to do it the same pace, same force, everything to have more consistent powder charges, I would think, just with anything you're doing. So I had some springs, and first I just for playing around purposes, I put a rubber band on there, and it seemed like just by doing that it made it a lot more accurate. So then I got one of these, a little hair band or whatever, and I put it on there, but it seemed like it was a little bit too much force coming back. So then I just got some springs, and I was wanting just to use 2 springs, and I had a couple bigger springs I was trying to use. They weren't quite giving me enough force on the way back, so I wanted just to use either 1 or 2 springs, but unfortunately I've had to use 4 springs together. But I think I'm getting about the right amount of force on this, because you go up, it catches here, boom, goes up, the spring stretches out. Then when you're bringing it back, if I didn't have the spring on here, this powder bar would still be forward, and this wouldn't be catching right here. If I didn't have the spring on there, that would come down and totally clear that on the second, on the way back up. But now that I have that on there, as you can see, the spring is pulling this back, it's catching on that, and then you'll see the powder bar shoot back. Okay, so now at this point my fail-safe rod is completely at the back of this slotted piece. You know, it doesn't matter if I push the handle forward or not. There's no extra slack to give it. Because of the spring pulling this back, the powder bar is at its complete rearest position. You know, and so I think this is going to work better. I did some practice charges with this, and they were a lot more consistent. Well, I still got my spring on there, and switched out the CFE pistol for the Winchester 231, which Uncle Jim said he was having real good results with it. So I'm going to do some tests, throws on this, and see what kind of numbers I get. I'm going for five grains. And just to show you what the action looks like. Well, I still haven't heard anything from Dillon, so I don't know. I've just kind of gave up on it. But I think I've got it. I think I've got it working good. You know, after bending the bar a little bit more and adding a spring and doing some different things. So I'm just going to run some ammo and see what I can get loaded. I've already, you know, loaded up a few, and I'm just going to run the machine so everybody can see what it does, what it looks like, and maybe something's not working right on it that I don't know about. So anyways, hopefully I'll be able to get as much of this on camera as possible. Powder. One thing about it, once you get it going, it goes pretty fast. This is 40 Smith & Wesson. Oh, I'm on low primers already. So we know the low primer alert works. I didn't realize I'd already ran out of primers. But I'm just going to load a few more here, and I know I've got a few more primers in there. sure I got a primer in that one. Yeah. Powder, yep. Alright, so hopefully everybody was able to see that, and you know, I've got quite a bit of ammo loaded. I've been playing around with it. I've loaded a few and shot a few, and they shot fine. The the Winchester 231, it meters pretty good. I mean, honestly, it's about the same as after I went back and rechecked everything. It was basically about the same as the CFE pistol. I weighed a bunch more, and honestly, the highs and the lows, you throw those out, and it's pretty much right on the money for the most part. So, and it's not like a super hot load or anything like that. It's just a shooting load, just a plinking load, just a practice load. So, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but. Anyways, that's all I got. That's the end of hopefully all the drama. I wish I could have heard something back from Dillon or whatever, but I guess I either really ticked them off, or they're just like super busy and don't have time or don't have parts or whatever to mess with me. So, but that's just the way it is. I've got the machine, it's working, I'm loading ammo. It loads ammo pretty fast, and I'll just see how it goes. I mean, besides the initial problems I had, I think I'm gonna like it, going forward. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope everybody's doing well. As always, shoot me some comments. So we'll talk to y'all next time. See you later.